Hey everybody. If you're feeling like you are alone and like you're spending so many hours of the day not interacting with another human, maybe you've been here before because I'm certainly experiencing it now, where I give myself all of these things to do. And there could be days, maybe weeks sometimes, where I don't interact with another human other than maybe going to the grocery store and having a short conversation with the person at the register. And there are some days where I don't even do that because things are automated and you can self-check out. But whenever you find yourself in a place where you are constantly alone or feeling alone, I'd encourage you to take a pause and think about, is this a solitude that I want, or is this a solitude that I've built for myself? And I think that there's a difference between the two because I do think that it's important for people to have alone time so that you can really get in touch with what you're thinking and who you are. And if you're a creative, I think this is especially important because a lot of creativity happens when we go into the depths of our minds and we create something that isn't tainted by the noise of the outside world or opinions of other people. It's something that truly just comes from us when we're in a flow state. I think that that is important, but I also think that for creatives or entrepreneurs or lone wolf types especially, it can be really easy to get into a state of habit when we are alone. And at some point we realize, oh no, I should reach out to a friend or I should talk to someone. Or is spending 12 hours alone each day normal? Or is spending an entire week by myself without any human interaction, is that normal? And the answer is normal is relative to the person. But if you are doubting that this is a healthy thing to be happening, then that's when I would encourage you to pause and see what you can do about connecting with other people. Maybe you can go for a walk, or maybe you can try to strike up a conversation with someone. Maybe you can text a friend or go out to a show or activity or event where there are going to be other people there to talk to. Just getting yourself into the habit of being around other people and striking up conversation, even if it's small talk, I think is a really healthy thing to be mindful of and to practice. Because at least when I think about myself, I can be really comfortable being alone. There have been months where I've been on the road during a road trip, or I've been traveling, or I'm working on a project where I can really just burrow into a hole, focus on a project and get things done, or go off and travel and spend a ton of time alone and be content about it. And I know that a lot of that is helpful in some ways because it helps me get things done. It helps me feel more connected to myself. But there will be some points where I will feel this loneliness. And I realize that there are people completely different from me, where if they were spending their days the way I was spending them, they would go absolutely crazy because they need interaction with other people in order to feel alive. And being a person who's surrounded by many people who are like that, like many of my friends I would consider extroverts and highly social, it can be tough to compare myself against some of my friends and question whether or not the way I function is something that's normal. And I've reasoned and landed on the idea that it is normal for me, but for me, when it starts to become questionable is when I start to feel an emptiness when I don't have other people around me. And I think that is the difference between being alone and being lonely. Being alone is just a fact. It's an objective reality. But being lonely is a feeling where we feel like we're lacking something, whether it's connection with other people or it's feeling seen or having someone to talk to. Those are the things that can cause feelings of loneliness. And we can find happiness in either scenario. But if you find yourself being alone out of habit more than out of choice, where you just accept this as the default of your life and how you spend your days, I think that it's always healthy to try to connect with other people because humans are social animals. No matter how much our social anxiety might tell us, no, I'm fine. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm fine by myself. Humans are social animals. We need other people to survive. And no matter where you are in the world, I'm in the US, and I can see how right now, especially with how things are going on in the US with changes in politics and culture, your neighbor is your friend. having people to check in on you and having people to check in on, it's a symbiotic relationship of life. We need other people to know what's going on with us, and we need to know what's going on with other people so that we can be a source of help or support or someone to talk to. And when we're in a position of being given to and giving to other people, I think that that helps with all other parts of our lives. It inspires confidence because we know that we have someone to fall back on. And we also know that if that person needed help, that we can be that source of strength for them in whatever situation that they're experiencing. And it also gives you a sense of community where you know that you are doing things that might be bigger than you, because whatever you do is going to affect some other person, or another person is going to know about it or be curious about it. And just having that in the back of our minds that we have other people to connect to is something that's really important. So this is just a reminder where if you are stuck at home, not interacting with anyone, feeling lonely, and getting into those moments where you think, oh, maybe I should go outside. Maybe I should do something. Like, I haven't left this room or this house in a week. When you start to have those moments and when they pop up, please just go for a walk and go outside. I think that if you are out there in the world, letting yourself be seen and letting yourself reconnect with other people and remind yourself that you are part of something and that something needs you. Sometimes if we're feeling like we're in a rut, that's the small reminder we need to help get us back out there and start to feel confident again and live our lives in a way that's more aligned with how we actually want it to be. I think if we're being honest with ourselves, we can realize that we actually want to live our lives in community. We actually want to be connected to other people. We actually want to be seen and heard and be in relationships with other people. So that's just a quick reminder. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, an evening outside, spending it with other people. Make sure that you let yourself be a part of something today or this week, and make sure that you also give your chance to be reminded that you're wanted by other people too. All right, y'all. That's it for today. Until next time, take care.